Around 150 people gathered at News UK, the home of the Times newspaper, under the shadow of the Shard in central London for the UK's first ever national cycling debate. The big cycling debate was organised by CTC on behalf of the UK Cycling Alliance, an informal group of non-government and membership organisations. Ahead of the elections in May, the three main political parties set out their cycling manifestos. Each politician was given a few minutes to explain their plan to make the UK a better place to cycle in.
Okay.
The hour-long session was chaired by the broadcaster and mastermind presenter John Humphreys.
Finally, to be asking people questions, knowing that they want to answer them, is a joy.
First to the podium was the current cycling minister, Conservative MP Robert Goodwill.
Our ambition is for Britain to become a cycling nation, a rival to the likes of Denmark and the Netherlands. So in 2013 we chose 8 cities across England to become cycle ambition cities. We allocated them £78 million of cycle funding to invest in local cycling projects.
In a last-minute change of plan, as Shadow Transport Minister Richard Burden was delayed on a train, Shadow Rail Minister Lillian Greenwood stepped up to explain Labour's plans.
Labour has committed to deliver a long-term and cross-departmental investment strategy to increase cycling and walking rates, just as the DfT has for road and rail, empower local communities to improve active travel as part of our plans to devolve powers and resources for local transport.
Chair of the all-party parliamentary cycling group, Dr Julian Huppard, spoke on behalf of the Liberal Democrats.
And in particular, we are committed to that £10 per person per head, rising to £20 per person per head. It's what we have to do. There's no choice really about it. Everybody benefits. Financially, we get a huge return, as well as the environmental and congestion benefits. And it's only a small percentage of a transport budget.
After the manifestos, it was time for questions from the audience. Chris Boardman, Kaya Burgess from The Times, David Davis from PACT, Isabel Clements from Wheels for Wellbeing, Jeremy Leach from 20 is Plenty, Ralph Smythe from CPRE, Mel Connell and Valerie Hill-Archer from Sustrans all wanted answers from the politicians.
So we've just had the big cycle debate here, which CTC have organised, and it's fantastic that the National Cycling Charity has been able to get the three big political parties in the room to actually talk about cycling. So that's a huge win for CTC, and we're really pleased about that.
Julian Huppard was quite convincing from the Liberal Democrat point of view. I'd like to have heard more from Labour and the Conservatives as to an actual commitment. I realise it's difficult at this stage to necessarily put numbers on things because the books are still being balanced and whatnot, but just to have a commitment to say yes, we will be putting a figure on this, or yes, we will be putting a percentage on cycling. I'd like to have heard that and didn't.
The mention of localism is an interesting one, but I think we still need some sort of central drive from government. I think we need local councils to hear that they need to be investing in cycling in the same way that they're investing in roads.
I think we got the answers that we expected. I think the most important thing that we're here, we're in this room, important times. We've got some key politicians and we're having a debate about cycling. That's the most important thing.
It was a lively debate, but we'll have to wait until the election is over and the new government is formed before we really see if the politicians who spoke deliver on what they have promised.